Pam Bondi has been trying to deal a little bit with one Jasmine Crockett, because Jasmine Crockett has been very vocal, shall we say, about a few people. I'm going to get to the recent stuff she said on Ted Cruz in just a moment, but keep in mind what she's been saying about Elon Musk. It comes at a very difficult time because Tesla dealerships have been quite literally under fire, all right? This is getting actually very serious. People now increasingly afraid to drive a Tesla because you might get your car keyed, you might get something worse happening. There's a story today, really just awful, about some threats that were made to a dealership there in Texas, and yet you get the representative from Texas, a Democrat, junior person there in Congress, out saying stuff like, oh, she wants Elon taken down? Excuse me? Here we go.
Thank you so much, Annie. And I won't hold y'all because I know how much people love to listen to politicians. So I'll make sure that I keep it short. But I am truly here for very selfish reasons. Starting with, on March 29th, it's my birthday. And all I want to see happen on my birthday is for Elon to be taken down. Yes.
Whoa. Okay. So what does she mean by that? I mean, you've got lots of problems happening now with Tesla and Tesla drivers. And she's gone out about, these people, they only understand money, etc. Well, Pam Bondi had a message speaking on Fox over the weekend for her. Jasmine has since today responded moments ago, but first understand what Pam was saying. Basically, you know what, honey, we can lock you up for this, so tread carefully.
Now you have this Congresswoman Crockett who is calling for attacks on Elon Musk on her birthday. Let's take him out on my birthday, she says. Yet she turns and says, oh, I'm not calling for violence. Well, she is an elected public official. And so she needs to tread very carefully, because nothing will happen to Elon Musk. And we're going to fight to protect all of the Tesla owners throughout this country, and it's basic safety. Once again, domestic terrorism is going to come to a stop in our country.
Yeah, it needs to. Clearly, you can't have a representative there in Congress calling. I mean, this is crazy, right? Like, that she actually said this. And now she's like, oh, I can say this because of J6. There they go. They go right back to the well. Here's her response moments ago on MSNBC. Watch.
Just in case the slow people listening decide to clip this up later, I just want to say that I have never promoted violence whatsoever. Yet I've also never made excuse for those violent actors, such as the ones on January 6th. So Pam Bondi, if you have an issue with terrorism, maybe you should talk to your boss about locking back up those guys that he let out that participated in January 6th.
Okay, so she's trying to turn it all around and bring it all back to J6, because somehow J6 now enables her to go on and on and on about anything she wants, right? And call for violence wherever she sees fit. I'll tell you, this woman is for sure a problem, for sure a danger, and they're gonna do something. I mean, they're gonna have to do something, because here she is saying, oh, I never call for violence. But as much as Jasmine Crockett wants you to think she never calls for violence, no sooner did she say that we found this little number. Here she is speaking out on some kind of podcast about how important it would be to just punch Ted Cruz. Just punch him. You just got to, quote, take him out, right? I mean, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Watch.
I think that you punch. I think you punch. I think you're okay with you okay with punching. I think, and I love Colin, and I think towards the end he started to punch a little harder. But, it's Ted Cruz. I mean, this dude has to be knocked over the head, hard, right? There is no niceties with him, at all. You go clean off on him, right?
I almost don't have words. This is what we have degenerated into. And this is who the Democrats are holding up as their new star. This is the woman that they think can take over the Democrat Party if they don't have Stacey Abrams or AOC, who, by the way, Bernie Sanders apparently has no use for. I mean, are you kidding me? She goes after Ted Cruz. She's a member of Congress. I just think that somehow there's got to be some kind of penalty. Maybe they censure her for it. Maybe Pam Bondi arrests her because she's actually threatening a U.S. senator. Maybe she's arrested because she's actually threatening a form of domestic terrorism, if you would, vis-a-vis calling on people to get rid of Elon Musk by her birthday, which is just in a couple of days. I mean, this is bizarre behavior for a member of Congress. Not to mention, if you look on my YouTube channel, we did a whole thing about how she's a fraud because she's really not who she says she is. So even though she's talking like she's from the hood, blah, 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 turns out she went to a fancy schmancy private school and grew up in a really nice area and this, that, and the other. She's not quite who she says she is, but she's trying to use certain rhetoric to try and appeal to a group of people that she thinks she can somehow rile up. And this is not healthy. It reminds me back when, sort of Black Lives Matter took over in the summer of 2020. And some of the DEI initiatives that came out of that were a direct result of, okay, well, we have to appease people because they were lighting the streets on fire. Not just so to speak. I mean, this was actually happening. And yet everybody's like, oh, these are nonviolent protests. It's perfectly fine. How is it that Crockett can say things like this? But if anybody else says anything like this, you're going to be in a massive amount of trouble. Can you imagine if Ted Cruz said something like that? Or if Elon Musk said something like that about her? Really unbelievable. Quick shout out for Balance of Nature. I love my Balance of Nature. I get my fruits and veggies every single day. I know you can still hear a little teeny remnants of a cold, but it's my only cold this year, which I consider massively good because I usually wind up with about 5 of them. And I have a big family, 3 kids, and everybody's always sick. So this is because of them, because I actually finally have gotten my vitamin D. I've actually finally seen my vitamin D levels go higher, and it's a direct result of this. It's not, well, yes, I was away. I did get a little bit of sun, but not enough to justify what I saw this like a couple months ago. Suddenly, after taking Balance of Nature for nearly a year, my vitamin D levels improved dramatically in the blood work that tells me such. So I was very, very happy to see that, and I credit these guys. You can get Balance of Nature yourself. You can get this for 35% off. Go to 1-800, go to the website, use code word Trish, or call them at 1-800-246-8751, 1-800-246-8751.